Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a look at Solium Infernum. So I'll be doing a single player game, an AI, versus bots basically, versus the AI. This is a game which excels in multiplayer though. I think that that's the best way to play it. I actually still enjoy it versus bots because I'm just that kind of person. But what is it? It's basically diplomacy set in hell. Or diplomacy from hell. I don't know, pick your poison. But the thing I really enjoy, it's so well polished. So, again, another way of describing it, besides diplomacy, if you've never played that, it's almost like just Settlers of Catan or any of those other board games where we're all sitting around and you're doing your little negotiations with people. You're, tapping that person's foot under the table at the right moment, trying to get them to understand. There's a lot of that in this game. It's more about, like, the non-game mechanic, the metagaming, not in the sense where you're trying to pick the best skills to use, but really in the way you're manipulating others through your actions in the game. That's what this is all about. Now, there's a choice of 8 different beings that you can choose to try to conquer as. Conquer, that's the word I was... you basically want to be the person who wins, and you have 8 choices for that, and they all have the different little perks. Astaroth is your, fight 'em, beat 'em up type 1. I actually think Andromalius is also a very good fight 'em, beat 'em up type 1. He just has a different style. There's basically 2 different types of combat. There's Legion versus Legion. That's like your typical unit versus unit one. But there's also something kind of like an arena for heroes. And Andromalius is very good at using those Praetors, who are those, arena contenders, basically. And if he can use Praetors to an advantage. So he's also a very good one to pick against the AI. I'm going to pick Mammon here because I love the greed and I like doing all this. He's almost like the 4X guy who's going to do a lot of research. He plays kind of for the long game. Now I just did the 30 plus turns, so in a short game he's maybe not the best. I don't remember what his default relics are, but I have picked for him the Ring of Tyranny and the increased tribute quality rating by 1 Amulet of Opulence. You have 3 slots, and rings take 1, amulets take 2, crowns take 3. Another very good one is the Crown of Bureaucracy. It gives you an extra order. I think that for Mammon, it may not be... it's probably, in general, it may be better to do the orders, because getting a +1 order is really, really, really good. But he's so reliant on tribute that I'm going to try to go for this instead. And yeah, it's probably a little bit more of a specific gameplay style to pick up those versus if we were going to use the extra order, you could use that with anybody and it'd probably be a good thing. Okay, so I want to make sure Astaroth is in the game. I really love the battling with him, and he's just fun. I think he adds something. It's fun to have him around. He goes around with his legions, attacks everything, makes it fun. So we'll get him, and then we'll just pick up any other 2 AI. Content I play is typically family friendly, but I should just, for that reason, I should give a disclaimer that the material of this game is pretty dark, so you may want to avoid watching this with younger children or something like that, just because the imagery and I don't know, it's probably not good for a 5-year-old to watch. In my mind, but you can choose to fight your own battles. Okay, so what's the point of this game? It is to become the supreme leader of hell. And the most natural way of doing that is to be the person with the highest prestige at the end of the game. Now, the game technically goes to 30 turns, but that's not exactly true. That's when the council starts to elect the victor. So it'll go on for maybe 5 to 10 turns more. There's another way to win, and that's just to conquer Pandemonium. Pandemonium is like the center of hell. If you take it, you own hell. However, these are insane combat stats, and we'll see that just comparing this 253 to Pandemonium 11, 13, 17. It also has 23 hit points. Combat in this game, pretty simple. You start with ranged, and then you go to melee, and then you go to infernal. That's the order. There are things which can change that, but typically that's the order. And you just do a comparison. The person who has more inflicts that much damage on the other person's hit points. So an 11 versus my 2 for melee would mean that they're dealing 9 hit points of damage. We wouldn't even make it to the melee stage because in range they would already kill me. The next one would be 13 versus 5, so they do another 8 damage to me. And then it'd be 17 versus 3, and they do 14 damage to me. There's a lot of other mechanics that I won't try to explain all at the very beginning of the game. But anyway, that's enough information to get you started. I mean, you probably could have figured that out yourself. Wouldn't take long, at least. So our starting units all have this unwavering and reformation. That's true for everybody. I can go over, and there's no fog of war. The only fog of war is what's going on in your brain and how you're trying to manipulate people. So the Blood of Astaroth has this unwavering and reformation as well. It just basically means that you always will have one legion in the game. If this one, is destroyed, it'll come back. Now it'll take 2 turns or however many experience levels you've gained by that point, but you always will have a legion at your disposal given enough time. Here's our 2 orders. As Mammon, I think it's very wise to just do a lot of gaining of tribute. We can also go to the bazaar with our tribute and choose what to spend it on. Mostly what you're gonna, there's lots of different things you're gonna want to spend it on. Oh, we have infernal tax as well. Keep 1 less token from seek tribute and manuscript for. I don't want that at all. But one place to spend your points. The coins is really it's the currency for everything in the game. Is these 4 things, and some of them take more ichor. I call this drops, fire, moon, or darkness, and souls. So different things take different amounts of things. First of all, it's very important to try to get to level 4 in these powers as soon as possible because that does unlock it in a different order slot. Let me just go ahead and set that into motion right away. We're going to spend 1 extra darkness slot here because we don't have a 1 coin, we only have a 2, so we just can't get around that. That's a price you're going to have to pay in this game often, is just not having things which are ideal. However, maybe I don't want to improve my charisma. That's just one thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing to do. I don't think you could be in bad shape for it. But look at this. We have 253 versus this Unholy Fountain, which is 233, which means that we will inflict 2 hit points of damage. But problem, it's going to regain 1 hit point per turn. So that means we're looking at something like 9 turns to wear this thing down. I'm not interested in waiting 9 turns. It would probably be a little bit less than that. But let's go to the bazaar and see if there's maybe something we can pick up. Every one of our legions, this is a legion, and we can get more of them. They have slots available for either equipment or a praetor to be attached, which will boost their combat ability. So these are other legions which we could pick up. And honestly, the Hounds of Hell, they only have 6 hit points, but at 8... So they would take 5 damage, but they would also be dealing 5 damage. Or another thing, a mechanic that I wasn't going to go into, but if you have 2 next to each other, or next to the hex which is where the combat is going to take place, the one who's attacking will be boosted by half of the other ones rounded down stats. So Hounds of Hell next to the person, next to the combat where we're going to take place for Gilded of Mammon, would add 4 to his melee, and then he'd be at 293. That would solve things a lot faster, so that's actually not a bad possibility. Otherwise, we could just boost the Gilded of Mammon directly by adding Barbados would add +2 to the ranged, Furfur here would add +1 range, +2 infernal, and Valak, very common at the start, I usually see him, he's very expensive though too, is +4 infernal and +2 range. That would be very good for us to pick up. I think we couldn't argue with that one. We also have some artifacts which will function basically the same way, except for that none of these are going to boost our combat stats. So this Deafening Thrum is pretty good. It negates the opposing legion's named abilities. Those named abilities are the things like I was showing, like Unwavering, Reformation, but that's going to also mean like maybe one of them will be like Infernal goes first. So any of the named abilities that thing will ignore. That's probably more important towards the end of the game when people have stacked up a whole bunch of those. Devour rises, bottomless hunger, bound to your will as long as you pay its upkeep. Oh, I don't know what this one is at all. I guess it's the Devourer, and we have to pay its upkeep. I'm not sure what it's a very expensive card too, so probably won't be getting it. We also have manuscripts who, if we collect these, you can see we need 2 marching training primers. If we collect 2 of them, we can merge them into something which will increase our legion's movement permanently. Also a pretty good thing, but every one of these things, even buying something from the bazaar, it takes one of your action points. So that's why it's pretty important to get as many orders as possible, as quickly as possible. One last thing is we can, if we want, exercise Mammon's ability and diplomacy to do the Dark Art Chains of Avarice. This is a really good feature, besides the fact that it takes 5 prestige. That's the only downside. If it didn't take that, it would be really, really good. But basically, it allows you to basically negotiate a peace treaty with somebody. And also, if they're using tribute a lot, which, like I said, the AI doesn't seem to, every time they discard tribute coins, and usually you get like, I mean, to start, we get 3 coins and we would pick 2. I mean, that's when we get tribute later, you're going to see we can only pick 2 of 3 or 3 of 4, etc. The one last coin that we don't pick up, if like somebody else, like Astaroth, is in a Chains of Avarice deal with Mammon, Mammon actually gets that last coin, so that's his little special deal. Anyway, I think for the first turn, we don't really have a benefit in slowly wearing this Unholy Fountain down by just 1 hit point. So I'd rather just spend it on something else, including, like I said, even getting the Hounds of Hell for the like 4 melee bonus is probably worth it. I think we'll do that. It's going to be a lot of our points, unfortunately, but let's just place the bid and do it. So we'll be a little bit over on it by 1 fire, but I think this is still worth it. It's then going to make, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately going to make the Guild of the Mammon a 293, and a 293 is going to mean that we'll just do 6 damage to them every turn, so we'll take it in 2 turns. That's great. Okay. No reason to sit here and attack even right now, because we'll just take damage needlessly. It'll still take 2 turns more after they're attacking it. Otherwise, it'll just take 2 turns if we don't attack it. So, no need to attack. That's a waste of an order. Much more important to bid on these hounds. Okay, so let's end the turn. See what everyone does. There's also an ordering. I mean, so we moved first, technically, then Astaroth moved second, then I don't even know who we're up against. Beelzebub moved third, and then who's the last one? Murmur? I don't know who that is. Or is that Murmur and that's Beelzebub? I think that's Beelzebub. So there's our, we did win the auction. Everything's an auction. If you overbid, which we did technically overbid by 1, so, you know, it might have been a good. So Beelzebub and Andromalius. Okay, good. I actually like this crew. This is a good set. Beelzebub's actually going to be the one I haven't faced. I like haven't really encountered her. So this is it. So we got to select 2, and we get plus. We're getting +1 coins, so that would be great if we were in Chains of Avarice. I mean, if I was somebody else in Chains of Avarice with myself, I would get 2 extra coins. That would be really good. So we'll take 1 soul and 1 extra thing. This one we definitely won't use. Otherwise, we take fire and water, or just 2 of this. I like that better, and probably we need souls, so let's get that one as well. We're probably not going to be doing anything for a while, but we won Hounds of Hell, and it actually appeared in exactly the spot I want it to. So what we can do is, and Hounds of Hell has 6 hit points, so yeah, I think that we'll do this, and then we could get Unholy Fountain in this turn directly if I attacked with both of them. But I still want to seek tribute to get tribute, so that's what we're going to do. And then we'll take Unholy Fountain. Unholy Fountain, it does not have any benefits, it's just going to give us +1 prestige. But prestige is how you win the game, so it's still very important. After this, what are we going to do? So, I mean, because if we attack with you afterwards, you're going to be at 6, right? So this will have 4, yeah. You'll be down by 6. You'll be at 3 hit points. You'll do 2 damage to him in the ranged phase, but then you'll do 8 damage and you'll conquer it. So we could do that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if it is actually worth. Well, we'll do it next turn because that's gonna be better. We won't take as much damage that way. Okay, I've convinced myself. We'll do tribute and we'll do phase 1 of this. And having 2 legions also kind of makes us less of a target for. Oh no. Oh, okay, he's attacking Great Wheel of Pain, which we may also want to attack. He has something which has got his ranged up to 6, so he did 6 damage to that, and he's also going to do 4 more damage in the next phase, which means that Great Wheel of Pain is just about to go down. And you know what? I don't mind that. I kind of like it when Astaroth doesn't go. I mean, when he jumps to the lead so that others can gang up on him. Beelzebub's going for the Temple of Lust. Oh, no, never mind. Going for the Theater of Sloth. That's everyone's favorite. It's just pretty easy to get, typically. Alright, here we go. So there's our boost because we got the +4 for combat support. We'll take no damage here. Then we'll attack and we'll deal 6 damage. And then we will take no damage in the 3rd phase as well. Great. Success. And that is our turn. But we also did the... Oh, yeah. And these Abyssal Walkers, they start... They're basically just ways of getting more experience for your units if you so want. Beelzebub's next. Alright, let's see what else happened. Good. There's no messages for us from other people. That's what you always fear. And look at this as good tribute. So we'll take those two probably. I think that that's good. The battle happened, and somebody purchases Barbados. Barbados gives +2 range. That's not bad. And with Barbados being purchased, that means a new one is going to appear, and Hagenti is like my favorite. We cannot afford them yet, but +5 melee is very good. Alright, well, we know what we're going to do. We're going to do the same thing, and it's going to be... I don't know why. No, don't do that. You're not the one moving. Okay, so let's move you instead and take this. And then probably move on to the Vats of Torment after that, since Vats of Torment is a 146. We're going to be at 293. We can take the Vats of Torments pretty quickly. And this will also give us Destruction Strength, which is good. So there technically are these different powers, and you can see one of them is Destruction. Some of the spells that are Destruction-centric, that are from the Destruction path, you can say, we'll get a +2 bonus on our chance for those to succeed, which is good. In the meantime, yeah, there's no way we can get over to the Great Wheel of Pain in time to steal it. Not that we'd really want to anyway. I mean, I don't really want to mess with Astaroth in a Legion versus Legion game. That's exactly his strength. We could probably do it because Mammon's not that bad on Legion battles either, but I just feel like it'd be getting off on the wrong foot. And prestige-wise, come on, show me there. 22. So everyone's at 22 because nobody's conquered one of these yet. We can go for Vats of Torment too. So they'll take this one, and then we'll take this one. They'll be able to attack Vats of Torment next turn. Will they be able to take it? 12? I don't think so. No, they won't. Just barely. They won't be able to. Very good. Well, actually, they'll get a level up. So Blood of Astaroth. Wait, how did they get? Oh, they already got a promotion. Wow. Maybe do they start with a given promotion? It depends on what relics he chose, but maybe he started with a promotion to begin with. So yeah, 6-7, that's pretty good. I thought that he was using a stratagem, but no, that's... okay. Anyway, this is a little bit scary, but here we go. So you can really rifle through these turns if you aren't, super slow like a turtle. I'm a bit slow. And I hope I mentioned already how smooth this game is, by the way. I really find that all the animations, the gameplay. I was supposed to be doing a multiplayer, with Das Tactic, Lucid, and Battle Mode from Explorminate. Are they going to conquer it? Stop for a second. So, actually 1 damage to them, then it's going to do 2 damage, and then even. Doesn't seem that useful for the Beelzebub to do that, but they're probably about to get some... Maybe Barbados is going over to them? I don't know. Andromalis is finally on the move as well. His hexes, his cantons, these are technically... they're hexes, right? But they're technically named cantons. So his cantons are kind of hard to tell since they are white-colored on a, kind of whitish background. Anyway, this is it for us. We get Unholy Fountain. We didn't take any damage to do it, too, which is good. So now we just need to make sure we get over to here as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, the swamp, which is next to us here, is going to prevent movement beyond it. So it really just depends. I guess it depends. So Andromalis is regent, which means we go second. So it does go in order. Like, the regent is essentially the person... they are the person who goes first, not essentially. It's exactly what they are. And then it does happen that, okay, an event was played. In Flurry and Glory, Conclave Bailey. 3-4 prestige for Legion battles. Well, that would have been nice to have last turn since we just did a Legion battle and, whatever. Alright, so we're a little low on Wrath. And we're probably going to take this because that's only 1 soul and 1 darkness. And I need more souls. We desperately need more souls. But that's not really what we want. I also want to try to get this one up. And we can. So we probably will pay for that. It's expensive, but let's go for it. And you know what? This is going to be our turn unless I'm careful. We're going to pay for that, and then maybe not pay for that so that we can do tribute first, and then I really want to get this guy over to the Vats of Torment so we're in position, at least next to it. So that I'm not sure if this guy's going to go for the Mines of Gehenna. Mines of Gehenna has a huge infernal amount. That is probably not good, but tribute draw +1. It does not affect how many can be kept. Well, we probably don't need that. We already have tribute draw +1 as our ring. Vats of Torment is more important for us. It's easier to take. I mean, it's 1, 8, 12 versus 1, 4, 6. It's nice that some of these are better. We also have the City of Dis, which is very powerful. And this one's voting power +3. Basically means that when there's little edicts that we have to all vote on, if your voting power is +3, well, guess what? You basically decide outright what the vote is. The only way, I guess there's no way for you to lose, because if your one vote gets 3 added, nobody else, even if all 3 together, all the other ones vote, they're only 3 total, and you're 4. Okay, 1 Hounds of Hell over here, but we need to be in position. I mean, the thing is, we have to get both these guys next to the Vats of Torment to have the attack be reinforced. That just may not be possible, depending on what Astaroth does. But if he doesn't do anything this turn, I'll move here and here on my turn just to isolate those hexes. The way Canton ownership works is he cannot enter mine without declaring war on me. So I think I actually, yeah, we'll do this still. We go first, so it should be, oh, what the heck's going on? Oh, Theater of Sloth. Oh, they're fighting each other for it now, and there's a Chosen Manager Malleus 3, 4, 6, pretty good, and they did have Barbados added for it, so the extra, it's a 1, 4, 6 typically, and now it's a little bit better. They're not going to take it this time, though. Are they? Yeah, that's 4 hit points, but so that means that Beelzebub might, actually cannot take it unless they have a stratagem. Oh, very good, he headed south. And now there's a 3-way battle for it. The most wonderful thing about that is the fact that, 5, 2, 2, yeah, they're still not, they're going to take a hit point of damage and then still not take it. They're going to take it down to 2 hit points for crying out loud. But the best thing about this is that everybody is fighting over this Theater of Sloth, and that gives me more time to move my guys around, which makes me happy. Then he's anointed. Blessed with +2 dueling damage, their Adoring Legion earns ×2 prestige from combat as long as the 2 remain attached and the ritual is active. Okay. Then we'll move closer to the Vats of Torment. Yeah, the only way this will really work, now that I'm seeing it, is that we have you move twice to here, 1, 2. That'll also give us access City of Dis and Mines of Gehenna, having that path. And then this guy will go move 1, 2 into that swamp. And then when we attack, it's only the hex which is being attacked that you have to be adjacent to. So even though they won't be adjacent to each other, they're both adjacent to the target, which means that they will support each other. That's good. Okay, so let's see what we want. Souls, we definitely need souls. And probably we need drops. Well, it might be just this. Oh, this one's a little bit better. We get 3 out of this one, so it's hard to pass that up. In fact, I probably will do that. We are the Regent. Oh, that means we get to pick an event card. I don't like this one, so let's see. Place of Powers, go quiet, and stop producing prestige for 36 turns. I mean, neither of these are good, but that one might be a little bit better. So, let's see. 1 less token from Seek Tribute and Manuscript Actions. Actually, that's not bad for us because we are already getting an extra token. I don't know. It's really, neither of these are, I doubt either of these are going to be an event that we actually spend an order and any amount of currency to pick. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. And we receive some tribute, that's very good. And it's going to report what happened in the actual turn resolution. Okay, so I think we're going to do, first of all, is our power, we did not improve it. It's, I mean, what's this? This is Sulfur Vents ×0 range damage taken by defenders. Okay. ×0 range damage. We're not very ranged heavy. And you could say the Hounds of Hell would love to be there. I also forgot the Hounds of Hell has a movement of 3. So they could actually do 1, 2, 3 and take all that territory for us, which I want them to do that. There, perfect. I don't necessarily want to be bordering Astaroth. I don't want to give him the wrong idea, but actually, kind of do. So let's do tribute and that, which means that at least since this unit only has movement of 2, we still can't be locked out of Vats of Torment quickly. And we're actually at prestige of 30, which gives us the opportunity to upgrade from our lowly rank of, what are we? We are a Duke or something? Marquis? I forget. I guess it shows over here in the Sanctum. Yeah, our rank is Baron, but we can be a Marquis if we spend 30 prestige. Now, this is a big investment considering we're only in a 30-turn game, and prestige is how you win. So you're sacrificing 30 prestige, and Marquis does not necessarily give you more prestige. It gives you better tribute, but I consider tribute and the currency, again, this like research type thing, the way to the end game. At least, especially when we're playing against the AI, they aren't going to be able to catch on to my scheming the same way humans would. And if this was a human versus human game, we'd already be sending messages to people. We'd be setting up our alliances, and I'm not a huge fan of all that scheming stuff. But against the AI, I have no problems with it. Okay, so let's end the turn here. We don't really have much more to do. We'll see who actually ends up taking this. Did they take it? That would be the best. I don't think that they're going to take it. 6 versus 5. 0 versus 2. They are not going to take it. Why? I don't understand what they were even doing here. Unless... No, I mean, they didn't have a stratagem or anything. They just had no... It was a waste of an order. So, obviously, this AI, they could be... There's room for improvement. Yeah, but I didn't mention this. You can't enter other people's cantons unless you're specifically declaring war on them. And this is so fascinating that that place was still not taken. Now, being the highest prestige person does have some negatives. People usually target the highest prestige person. Outbreak of Wickedness. Increase the tribute quality of all Archfiends by 2 for 4 turns. Oh, wow. Tribute quality is going to go up by a ton. Which means that I really don't care about anything but tribute. We're going to do a double tribute, probably. We want the souls, and we want that. I think that those are the two we do. Hands down, in my opinion. Worth it. So both the tribute was played, and Fury... Sorry, we already got that. I got it. Yeah, got it. And Fury, but look at how well polished everything is. In Glory and Fury and Glory. Triple... So, the... well, I mean, now we're really at a really in a tough spot here. We would definitely benefit from... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a tough spot, actually. So, 1, 2, 3. I guess what we'll do with this guy is move him... Oh, we have no more resources. Well, I can cancel 1. I can move him 1, 2, 3. He'll be camping there for a while. And then next turn I can start attacking with the Gilded. And they we'll get the benefits. It'll be 293. 293 means we take 3 damage. But we're actually next to the Unholy Fountain, which means that when you're next... So you don't heal naturally, but every turn that you're next to one of your strongholds or the places of power, you heal by 1, or you might heal by more than 1 if you're up the Wrath tree. I think level 3, see healing rate +1. That would make your healing rate 2. Now, we're only at 1. But that's still something, so we would take a little bit of damage, 3 damage, but we would be dealing, what was this again? So we're going to be at 293, so 1 damage, then 5 damage. So we'll be doing 6 damage to them, and they'll do 3 damage to us. 6 damage will take, unfortunately, 3 turns, because they heal as well. So although they'll be down to 6 hit points, they'll heal up to 7, then we'll do 6 damage, and they'll be down to 1 hit point. That's unfortunate. But that's the way it goes, unless we can pick up an artifact or something to make them a little bit stronger. Another thing, though, is if we actually get the next... I think we should probably spend time doing the next power instead. And the reason for this is because this one will give us early access, which allows us to see the back store of the Bazaar. And that's actually pretty important. So let's pay this. I'd like to pay them with as many of the gold coins, which is the multi-currency ones, as possible. But I don't think... Okay, we could, in theory... No... Do we have a 1? Let's sort this. Yeah, we need a 1 soul to add any of the other ones. But there's a game here you can play, and actually you can auto-select multiple times to pick up different versions. Oh, wait. That's exactly what I want. So there was a way to do, more of the gold coins. Perfect. Let's pay that. And it didn't take any extra. And that back store, even though we're spending a lot of our money now to do that, but the back store is going to give us another option for Legion, for Praetor, and everything. Now, I guess I should be happy just trying to pick up Agenti here. He would give me such a boost, or even Valak. Valak and Agenti are both very good pickups. Valak is just so darn expensive, though. One of those will really help us. Well, anyways, let's do this. Let's see. Astaroth power grows. He's now a Marquis. So he did do this cash-in thing. I also want to do that. In fact, I will do that even before I do the other one. Because lowering your prestige is actually kind of good to get everyone else off your back, too. So let's do that as well. We'll do tribute and then that. Which means we won't move any of this, but that's fine. He didn't want Theater of Sloth? Oh, he's going over for the XP. Okay. It's just gonna decimate this thing. And he did. So it was melee first, if you're wondering. That Abyss Strider actually has his melee first one. So, didn't matter in this case. Melee is usually Astaroth's strong point. And this guy is actually going to finally take it down. He is. Well, I mean, you got to give it to him. Beelzebub just stuck with his persistence was rewarded. We can just skip that altogether. Andromalius hired someone else. 5 hit points. I don't know who that is. Might have been from the back room, too. Okay, so now you can see our prestige is only down to 4. Why is that? Well, because we lost 30 of it when we became a Marquis. But that means better tribute as well, so it's a good thing. And these are two absolutely the best. Andromalius is unseated Mammon. Now, I guess we were the favorite for half a second there. Okay, this is going to be an upcoming vote. Either the Archfiend with the least prestige receives 10 prestige from each other Archfiend, or the Archfiend with the fewest tribute tokens receives 3 random tokens from each other Archfiend. Well, I hope we're going to vote for the Fool, because we don't have the fewest tribute coins, almost assuredly. Wealth of tribute, enemy rank. Okay, everyone's now the Marquis, except for Beelzebub. Is it? No, Beelzebub grew. Andromalius or whatever his name is. He's the only one. And 10,000 Screaming Bastards. These are very, very weak. But they do have movement of 3, so they're pretty good at covering territory. Okay, well, we still want to get the tribute. The tribute is heightened for the time being, so let's do this. And then I want to do that. Or do I want to now get my new power for the back room? Which, again, if we just do this enough, we should be able to use more of those multiple coins, which I prefer. So let's pay that. And that means we were once again not going to move, but that's okay. And nobody's sending us messages which are threatening or anything, which is good to know. Let's end the turn. Not sure why they would do that. Okay, and that's it. That was the turn. Andromalius is still the favorite at 27. We are going to now because we're Marquis, we get to select 3 of 4. So you can see why it's a benefit. Oh, well, it's 3 of 5 for us because we have +1. Well, I have to say, getting 4 is better than getting 2, so that's a no-brainer. We do want the coin, too. Yeah, this is actually a really good pickup for us. Do we need more souls? I don't think so. We're fine with that. Andromalius! I know Astaroth has defamed me. Ah, okay. Well then, apparently Andromalius is mad at Astaroth, which I like to see. Wealth of Tribute, Hell... Spring. Okay, so that's the extra tribute. It's good. We raised our charisma. We'd love to do that again. If we can do it just one more time, which we can, amazingly, that is going to give us the ability to unlock an additional order. So this is huge. I mean, having Charisma 4 is good by itself, but let's pay this. Now, technically, I didn't even look at what the back room has in store. Yeah, like Fenix here would be pretty good for us to pick up. He's not very good in terms of Praetor combat, But he's very good, +2 infernal, +3 range as far as like making somebody better. And actually, the Stygian Guard here is a extremely strong Legion unit. Very, very good. Now, I would say we already have 2 Legions. We probably don't need more than that. And here's an artifact. This gives +2 to strength. Okay, so this is one of those that you would want to... Since it has +1 prestige, you would add it to one of your places of power. There's also even manuscripts, which, I mean, I like the marching training, but generally, I mean, in a shorter game, we have to be really conscientious about what you're doing. So we'll swap this. We'll put tribute first, because if I don't, tribute quality degrades the later it is. Basically, because the order goes like this person will move first, then that's their first order, then my first order, then someone else's first order, then their second order, second. So the order you play these things is important. And because of that, because tribute is in every other way, it's completely irrelevant where you play the tribute. It doesn't even take effect until you get to your next turn. But they reward you with more tribute if you play it earlier in your turn, like deferring maybe some other more important order. Like the game mechanics in this game are so solid. It's very good. And we don't have an order slot to play, but that's only for one more turn. Then we'll have 3 order slots. So once again, we're going to wait yet another turn before we actually capture the Vats of Torment, because we need to wait one more turn to get an extra order. But I think it's worth waiting. So, anything else I want to do? Oh, we should be tracking this. Furfur was taken, +2 infernal, +1 range. He's an alright Praetor. I don't think we're going to miss the fact that we didn't pick him up. Really, we're just hoping to like kind of bide our time and fly under the radar until... yeah, so Andromalis being the head one. In fact, everyone has better... Because these guys are all marquees, I think, right? Yeah, we're all marquees. Except for good old Andromalius. And Beelzebub, despite being... not a marquee. I mean, being a marquee is almost caught up to Andromalius, who's a Baron, which is not a good sign for Andromalius. Also, not a good sign for anybody who's not Beelzebub. Okay, so let's see. We can pick 3 here. Again, we still want to pick the best. This is 5 total. This one's also pretty good. And it just depends if we want water or fire. And, you know, they're both pretty good, but I think we'll stick with this for now. And we can always go back and change it if we look at the different bazaar items and we discover we want something else instead. Then we can go back and pick a different set. But there we go. Upgraded, and look at that. 3 orders. Now we can start doing the things I want to do. Like 1, 2, 3. First we'll take the tribute, then we'll do that, and then afterwards we'll go ahead and march in here. In theory, maybe not. Because first let's go ahead and look at the bazaar and see what kind of items we have. Oh, the back room. Okay, so this is really one I'd love to pick up. You can see if it's red, that means we can already get it. We have the currency for it. This one's grayed out because we don't. And I'm not surprised. It's a stellar pickup. So one thing I don't know, unfortunately, is what this icon means. The like book type icon to the left of it. I don't know what that means, unfortunately. It doesn't appear sometimes. It does appear sometimes. And I don't know what it means. I probably need to go look that up. So anyway, we'll move on. For our 3rd order, yes, having 3 orders. So I don't know if we want to pick up anything from there. I mean, we could do more tribute. We could go to diplomacy, shed some of our prestige in order to do a pact with somebody else. Like, what is Beelzebub doing? He's kind of winning the game right now. We could do the Dark Arc Chains of Avarice. Now, it will cost 5 prestige for us to do. But in theory, then, all the tribute that he's now getting as a marquee or whatever, some of it might come to us. But I don't find against the AI it's all that popular. So I think what we'll do instead is just continue to work on Vats of Torment, get our prestige up, and getting our prestige up means that we can potentially go up to the next rank and get even more from our tribute. We could also do tribute twice. The second one does have a lowered rank, but that's not that bad of a thing. Still, another thing to consider is starting to move up the power ranks. I mean, I wouldn't mind going for Wrath, which is going to be the drops. Okay, that's actually a tough one for us because drops are also for Praetors, which I'd like to pick up. So what's the next tier? What's the next tier 4 for us? We have a lot of darkness, which is deceit, and that's actually a really good path to pursue. Unfortunately, we don't even have level 1 in that yet, but I think that that might be the one we go ahead and do. Try to get that one. That's going to be a lot of darkness, but I think we won't. We'll go ahead and stick with this for now, because that's going to... Oh, got an event card. By the blood of all, I swear to house... Okay, yeah, these guys are still fighting. That's great. Get to pick our event card. Clear cancels all vendettas, demands, and insults. Prestige wagers are returned, and resets cooldown. Yeah, that's probably a good one. I think we'll choose that. Have that one in our back pocket in case people are basically insulting us. Mainly it's our own defense mechanism. Okay. I hope this works the way I think it's going to. They can share the attack there, I'm pretty sure. And then this guy should still heal one after whatever damage he takes too. So, we'll see. And it looks like Beelzebub on the move to Pandemonium. Now, I mentioned that the prestige, highest prestige, is like in theory the way you win, right? And there it is, the boost. Good. So we do 1 damage here. Then we do 5 damage here. Excellent. And then we take 3 damage in our last phase. So we're essentially using this other Legion as just a way of adding 4 damage to this guy. And Beelzebub actually picked up a second one. As long as it's not the Stygian Guard. Is that the Stygian Guard? We'll find out in a second. What is it? Oh, an event was played. Catastrophic intel failure. So many spies are broken. Prestige of all Archfiends is hidden. It's the Plague Bearers. Okay, that's completely fine. They have Swamp Walker, but I don't think that's that important, so I'm not going to worry about it. Get our tribute. Pick the ones with the highest amounts. There's a 3 here. There's another 5 over here. There's a 3 here. But none of those gets us souls directly. So the water one is actually still important, though. Might be exactly what we do. We only have 11 souls. I mean, typically the souls you should have is the highest one, because you need that for everything. Here's our vote, which we're going to go with lowest prestige gets the most, because that's me, hey. Wealth of tributes has ended. That's a sad thing. And we received a little bit of extra tribute. That's great. We're definitely not the person with the least amount of tribute coins, so that's why I really don't want that one to happen. Realm was picked up. That's okay. And the Plague Bearers, which we know. So, how are we doing here? So, this one is at 7 hit points, which we know we won't be able to kill unless... So, it's 1-4, which means that if you also attack, and then if we just do this, tribute first, then the Gilded attack first, and then the Hounds attack afterwards, we will take it next turn. That seems pretty good to me. The Unholy Fountain is, regenerating back 1 hit point at a time. That will mean that I don't do any of my powers. It also means I won't be getting anything from Bazaar. And you can see why orders are just so darn important. I'd love to do more things. I mean, hey, with more orders, at least, the very least you can do is at least pick up more tribute. I do like Oni's Faithful, only 6 hit points. I mean, even the Chains of Torment, because they have 8 hit points, are actually not that bad. 2-4-4. 2-4-4, yeah, no. Stygian Guard is just much better. We can actually afford them now, too, which is a sad thing. Maybe we don't need any more Legions, though. Maybe we can get by without that. I should at least pick up a Praetor, even though if I don't do it this turn, I won't. Good. I mean, if they're moving away from me, then I don't have too much to fear, I hope. But, oh yeah, they're moving towards Temple of Blessed, for sure. Okay, so that's going to be another bit of damage. Takes them down to 1 hit point, I think. And then they'll do 1 damage to the Hounds, which will actually heal up right away. We'll do 3, unfortunately take 3 more damage here. We're down to 3 hit points, but that's fine. We're going to heal up by +1 hit point because we're next to these Unholy Fountains. And then you will do an attack, and that should be it. So take your 1 hit point of damage. Oh wait, actually we don't take any damage because they're actually benefiting the same way from the Gilded. The same way they benefited the Gilded with their melee. That's perfect. I forgot about that. Of course it's reciprocal, but I forgot. So we're in better shape now. So captured it without any damage. Hounds of Hell are ready to go for the next one, and that might be what we want to do. Just move on to the Mines of Gehenna. No, if I'm not mistaken, the Mines of Gehenna, I think we saw that they were extremely high infernal. Oh, they did get the Oni. Okay, I mean, that's a good one for... Astaroth is not like infernal, typically. So, and the Oni have 0 infernal, so that fits his playstyle. More tribute. Take the 4, absolutely. Take this one, and probably take some fire as well. Now we're rolling in the souls. Okay, Astaroth has declared that they intend to raid Beelzebub's territory next turn. Cool. And Andromalius has hurled an insult at Astaroth. So good. Like, it's like everybody hates each other. And that's what I like to see. Oh, good. No, not good. Damn it. The beggar won. Well, that's bad for our whatever. Let's just start spending our coins. I mean, what's our tribute bucket look like? Oh, I see. That's what it is. This thing which I saw means that you'd have to consolidate coins. Yeah, I feel like we had more coins. They probably already took them. Anyway, start with tribute, then let's go to our inner sanctum and figure out where we want to go next. Getting prophecy up is the easiest one because, like diplomacy, I mean like charisma, I should say, it requires a little bit of everything, except for water. And actually, water is the one that I'd rather save for a praetor. In fact, maybe I should be doing a praetor right now. I could get Agenti. I could also get Valak, who's great. +4, +2. Let's just see what we have going on. I mean, +4 and +2 would make this person a 6/5/5. 6/5/5 is pretty powerful. Or I could make this person a 2/8/4. That's also powerful. Those are both good things. Lower hit points on the Hounds of Hell mean probably it's better to improve the Gilded of Mammon. It's tough though. Anyway, I mean, I see that this video has gone on 47 minutes already. It's so easy to just keep playing this thing. But I think that this is already a good enough point where I can wrap up this video, if nothing else. I mean, it serves as a one-off, like, this game is fun to play. Endgame, by the way, I started to get to this. Prestige is one way to win, but you can also take Pandemonium. I think there might even be other ways to win, but I'm not very familiar with the game. I just appreciate it a lot because I've had a lot of fun with it. That's going to do it for now, though, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe press the like button. And maybe, if you really enjoyed it, you should consider picking up Solium Infernum. Thanks for watching, and take care.